Welcome back, guys. James Hill, founder and CEO of Black Millionaires.
And it's the chaplain of the culture, here to expand ideas and grind your gears.
Yes, I got some gears to grind. Our girl Fantasia. I've been rocking with Fantasia since was it American Idol?
Yeah, American
Got
Idol.
Talent, one of those.
She was 19.
I remember being real young, like watching. This is when you used to have to go watch TV at a specific time or whatever. I remember Fantasia, so I've been loving Fantasia ever since. And she got that classic song that all men like, When I See You. So when I saw this, I was kind of like confused. So Fantasia was at a concert and her husband of 11 years proposed, and I was a little confused because I'm like, aren't y'all already married? Is this a new man? Like, people be running through men. Like, these celebrities, they just be getting married and just moving
I do think it's her second husband.
Yeah. So that's why I was thinking, like, okay, maybe this is a third husband. Maybe this is some old. I didn't know what was going on. And I read the comments, and it was a lot of like chatter going back and forth. So I want you to kind of put me on game of what's going on.
I got really deep into this, James. Yes. I'm not going to lie to you. Because it was her father, who I've never really seen before. And he was very passionate about saying like that proposal was just a distraction. Yeah. And he wasn't genuine about the proposal. So Fantasia's dad was very emotional, and he said that the proposal was a distraction from missing funds. A former financial team member raised concerns about unaccounted for money. Yeah. And he also said he felt obligated to speak out to protect his daughter, even if it damages their relationship. Yeah. So when I seen this, I'm like,
now, do they have a good relationship right now, or is it still kind of rocky? Like, how is the relationship?
He hasn't really been a prominent figure in her life. Okay. She's known who he is, but he hasn't been like that fatherly role, the Uncle Phil, right? The dad that everybody wanted.
Yeah, he wasn't that.
And I don't know how many people got that dad. And so now her husband, Fantasia's husband, his name is Kendall Taylor. He's coming out and he says that he actually signed a prenup.
Yeah, he claimed he asked for a prenup before getting married, so the family or people around Fantasia wouldn't think he's in it for the money. But apparently they met and then 3 weeks later got married. So
3 weeks later, and now I don't know if she was with child. I don't know.
I mean, you can't even find out in 3 weeks, right? Can you?
Not normally. Yeah. I mean, rarely. So that's why he went out and got the prenup. So that's his clapback to the dad.
But we don't even, context. We don't really know if they have a prenup. But from my knowledge and understanding of how prenups work, that prenup gonna get through out. It's faulty anyway because they've known each other for 3 weeks and they got married. There's no way they went through all the proper steps and guidance that a real attorney would tell you to do in order to protect your assets. So essentially they don't have a prenup because he's talking this good shit now. If he wants to leave, he's going to contest that prenup, just like Candy Burr's husband. He's going to contest that prenup, and they had a prenup literally signed on live TV. So that's not looking good.
It might be null and void. Well, they've been together for 11 years, and I think a lot of the backlash came from this is her concert. Yeah. This is all of her fans. Why would you stop the show?
Her moment.
Yes, her moment. Why would you stop the show and make it about you? Now, plenty of people do like vow renewals and things like that, but those are personal and private. Yes. And then, I'm not on anybody's side, but for the dad to say, hey, some money came up missing. Yeah. And now he's giving you a 11-carat diamond ring.
11 carats.
Where do you, for context, I looked up, like I said, I kind of went in, I looked up, what's her name? Taylor Swift's ring. Taylor Swift has a 10 to 12 carat diamond ring, which was over like $1.2 million or something like that. Damn. Then I looked up this guy, Kendall Taylor's net. First, he doesn't even have Wikipedia, so let's start there. Right. So I looked up whatever, people are saying you can't trust the net worth on line or stuff, but let's just use that as a gauge, as an estimate. His net worth was $2 million. So I find it hard to believe that you spent half of your net worth
Yeah.
on a diamond
Now
ring.
diamonds are subjective. So it's not a if he's worth 2 million, for example, we're gonna give him 2 million.
Okay, we'll give him two.
That don't mean you got 2 million.
That's true.
So I mean, liquid cash to just go buy on something as not needed,
like luxury
as a new ring is crazy. So it's like whatever amount of money you spent on that, for one, it was a bad purchase. If
it should never be half of your net worth.
But if it's real, then where are you getting this money from? And then, we also seen some things that kind of raise a red flag. Is now he's the president of the company.
That was her defending him. So Fantasia comes out and she says, "Hey guys, I'm the CEO of this business and my husband is the president."
That's a red flag. Like that is a red flag, because
so how could he steal from me? This is his company too.
So this is how, like, a lot of judges are lazy. Let's just be honest.
Okay.
So to go through that company and break it up and see what assets and evaluate this, they just be like, split it down the middle, whatever, move on.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with him having a prominent role in her company, it would be like a Mary J. Blige situation. Remember, her husband was
got finessed.
She got finessed. Her husband was like her manager or some shit like that for 12 years leading up to their divorce. So it's very murky when y'all manage finances and manage, especially like if you just work for the company in something that's like, let's say you're a cameraman or something. All right, whatever. You can just get the fuck on. But when you are an executive, the president, making real financial decisions, at that point you are involved in the company decisions. So I didn't like that. And then I seen a comment on the Shade Room that said, I'm deep into this when I'm looking at the Shade Room comment. But the lady said, the big red flag is now he works for her, because his video was on there. His clapback was, I was already established before I met her, and this, that, and the third. But then the girl said, it's always kind of funny that these dudes that claim they were so established before they met their established wife always end up working for their established wife. So it's like, how established were you?
Right.
Like, Travis Kelce is established. Taylor Swift is established. Like, he's not about to retire from the NFL just solely to go work for her. No.
And so this is how much I don't trust this whole situation. I don't trust Fantasia. I love Fantasia, but I do think she's very male-centered. If she was to walk through that door right now, I would say I love you. But I do want to talk about
Give me some examples. What's some examples of her being male-centered?
Her being male-centered is when she first, the post is now deleted. She first clapped back at her dad. She said, I was going to just let you live.
Okay.
But now you're talking about my king. And so
you don't like the king?
No. What's
wrong with that?
The idea is that, like, did you see the proposal, the re-proposal?
Yeah, I seen that.
Okay. So you seen how they were trying to say, we've prayed together, we fasted. Usually when you have an indoctrinated Christian, you also have a male-centered woman. That's just
because Christian ideology is kind of,
centered
around
because you're smart. Yeah. So you understand the correlation.
I still like I be joking around. So like if a girl bring me some food, for example, I'd be like, say, "Here you go, my king." I play jokes. I play jokes. So is that like wrong?
I think when you're, here's the thing, and here's a, I think when you're joking, whatever,
Okay, give me another example. Cause I agree with that one. Okay. The Christian.
It always parlays into a male-centered woman. It always happens like that.
We can agree on that. Okay.
Just this instance alone, how you are feeding into this man's grandeur. He doesn't have you're feeding into like an inflated sense of like self-worth or an inflated sense of like ego or whatever the case may be, which is fine. Do what you want with your man. If you want your man to feel like he's king of the hill and he's small cheese, but that's how you want to make him feel, that's fine. But you have done that so much that he has impeded on your moment. Doesn't see anything wrong. Neither one of them see anything wrong with him, like making her moment, her show about him.
Yeah.
Neither one of them see anything wrong with that. And then she falls out. That's the thing. She's falling out like, oh my God, you got me this ring, and oh my gosh, da da da. She's like
Now
being
that's
so dramatic
one
about it.
thing about like I guess I don't know if you call it feminism or whatever, that things that women complain about, right? About men. Uh,
Feminism.
let's I'm gonna just call it things women complain about. That's one of the things I actually agree
Agree
with,
with, yes.
is letting the woman have her shine. Let it be her. Like, don't and I have this issue because I am who I am. So a lot of people know me. A lot of people. So if I'm supporting a woman, people will want to come take pictures with me and do. Bruh, this is not.
About.
This is not about me. This is about her. Let her have her moment, bro. I don't like that. I don't like to overshadow someone else's moment. I don't like doing that.
And you did it on purpose. Like
You
Kendall.
planned
Yes,
this,
you
bro.
planned
Like,
this.
this is a planned thing.
You
Yeah, I don't
told
like
the
that.
people
Yeah.
playing the instruments to stop. You know, you did all of that stuff. And mind you,
Yeah.
we paid tickets to hear her sing, not to see her. If she gonna fall out, she better be falling out hitting that note. Like, I don't want to see. And so that's what I mean about male centered, is that when all of these things happen and they're confused kind of about the backlash,
Yeah.
and now they're trying to figure out like where did this come from. Like, she's on.
Now, the one thing I would say, if an alleged accountant or financial advisor raised some questions about some type of missing money, and the first thing you do is clap back talking about, your king and all of this other shit, like, I mean,
You know that money was missing.
where's the, like, you ain't answered the question, like, where's the
Yeah,
money, like,
yeah.
address the money situation. And then, like you said, y'all working together as the company, it's easy to get an invoice paid and slip 50,000, slip 100,000 out. It's like, it's not hard to finesse something when y'all both are executives managing it. And like, I love Fantasia, but like, she's not the best. Like, she don't come off and give the best, like, sharp business savant that's
Right.
looking over the numbers and got 2-3 lawyers checking this and that.
Right.
So if you're gonna pull a con, she would probably be an easier one to do it on. And you let your guard down when it's your wife, when it's your husband, when it's your cousin, your brother, your sister that is doing business. And that's why it's hard to do business with family members or people you love, because you got to be willing to replace them if something comes up missing.
And she's not. And again, the example is the money came up missing. That's what the dad rang the alarm on. You got this 11-carat ring that cost an exorbitant amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And Fantasia, you know that is your money. And so my thing is, you want us to live into the same delusion that you're living into.
That's another conversation.
That's your
outside
money.
of this. Like, there are a lot of powerful women and a lot of women who have a lot of money, and they want to be pampered. They want to be treated right. I knew a girl who, we were just talking about this offline, but I knew a girl who made real good money and was dating a dude, and she wanted to make it seem like, to her followers, because she was like an influencer, she wanted to make it seem like that her dude was doing all of this and she just living this pampered life. And then they got married, and they got a divorce, and he took a lot of money from her, and now she's like this relationship coach that try to warn women on these men.
Wow.
But she went viral, and she did like a 16 things, or 16 counts, or 15 count. Remember when the Risa Tisa stuff came out?
Oh my goodness, yes.
She went viral for doing like a Risa Tisa type of thing, but it was about like all the things that she did in her marriage that was wrong. And then she was breaking down, talking.
Oh, sorry about that.
She was breaking it down, talking about like how she paid half for her engagement ring, or like she got an engagement ring and didn't like it, knew it wouldn't be good for social media, so like she took it back and like upgraded it. She threw, basically self-funded her own surprise party or some shit like that. You know how girls be getting rooms and hotels? Like, she gave the dude the money, he went and got a cheap hotel, so like she paid the people to go redo it in like the Ritz-Carlton. Like, she was doing stuff because he still didn't understand, like, she's an influencer and she's doing this for the gram.
Yeah.
He doing the best he could, probably.
Yeah.
But like, relationships like that never last when a woman is like the macho alpha and like bossing you around. Eventually she wakes up, and eventually he like wakes up that, hey, she's never going to be happy. Those dynamics don't really work like that unless you're Oprah and Stedman and you just don't get married and you just keep it like, hey, Stedman, if you want to leave, you can leave, but if you want to be
If
my
you want to stay, you
companion,
can
you can be
stay.
my companion. So,
But you know what? I like the Mariah Carey model too. Everybody uses Oprah, but Mariah Carey, whether she's in a relationship or not in a relationship, she don't really lose a step, and she doesn't need like that. I'm
yeah.
just saying, why do we always use Oprah?
But Mariah got the Nick Cannon kind of stain on her though,
But I
so
don't
it's
think
kind of.
so.
Well, I'm just saying in terms of like people don't use her as an example because of the Nick Cannon thing, and I think like I mean she got kids with Nick Cannon, they was
Hmm.
married, but it's kind of like you got to start explaining the Nick Cannon stuff around it. So I feel like that's why people.
Don't
That's just
use it.
my
Okay,
opinion
I was gonna say.
on why people don't do that. Oprah don't have no kids. Oprah don't have no. I ain't never heard no drama with Stedman.
No,
To the
never.
point where people don't even think they're together. They think it's like PR because they ain't never had like no bad arguments. It ain't never been no bad energy ever. Like, are y'all really together? This is what people say. You know what I'm saying? Conspiracy theory, whatever, whatever. But
That's why people use Oprah.
yeah, because she's a powerful woman. She never had any blemishes on her record in terms of
Mm,
her relationship, and she never got married. And the reason she never got married is because she understands power dynamics. She understands the psychology of
yeah.
marrying a man, taking his last name, doing all of that, and that's a whole thing. And she understands that it's going to put her at a submissive position, and she's Oprah. So there's a
I
clear divide. Like
I
I can't
think
submit to
I
you.
understand what you're saying. When you're thinking about marriage or prenups, whatever,
Yeah.
it's asset versus liability.
Yeah. I mean,
And
she may as well just keep him here, but like not.
would you say the same thing for Fantasia? She might as well just stay married to him because the prenup is non void anyway.
I mean, yeah. She don't. They don't have a prenup just based
Because I
off
feel like
of
even
any
if that,
industry, any legal standing. Like
yeah.
any judge would throw that 3-week prenup out.
So just let him keep stealing.
I mean, if he's stealing, that's kind of fucked up. But I don't really know where Fantasia goes from this because it's like, oh, you gonna let him steal your 50,000, or you gonna let him steal 5 million of your net worth? Because if y'all get married, um, even if he goes to jail for stealing from you, he still legally is obligated to half
Oh,
of your net worth.
yeah.
So she's kind of, you may as well. She's 10, 12 years in. You might as well keep. It's cheaper to keep him. Shit.
Period. Okay.